good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever it is for you. Hi, I'm Lisa Ackberry, your hair doctor, and if you saw me moving that camera, it's because I'm trying to get my entire fro in here this morning. I decided to do my big fro, and I'm like, okay, it's so, and you can see how long it is. It's so incredibly long. I mean, being able to get it to stand up like this is like, wow. And I absolutely love the fro. And I don't know how much longer if I'm gonna let my hair continue to grow out, or if I'm gonna stop trimming it, then I'll cut him in. Or if I'm not gonna cut it, because I don't really cut my hair, then I'm gonna have to wear different. It'd be hard to wear my style, but I could just, oh, you know what? In the 70s, I used to bat. Oh, wow, 70s is a long time ago. Okay, let's get started. I missed you guys so incredibly much. I hope you had a great 4th of July. I did. I've got a birthday coming up. Ooh. Which is fun. And just, July is my month. I love the hot weather. July is my birthday month. And I'm going to have a really fun weekend with my family, I guess. I don't know what they have planned. But anyways, small talk. I missed y'all. So last week I did a lot of things. A lot of reorganization. I just didn't stop and blog, which is so crazy because I absolutely love to do it. And I almost missed today because I'm so running behind. You see how late I am getting this to y'all. Usually I have it to you by now. But I'm going to go to your questions. And I may just do questions today because I don't have a lot of time. But I definitely want to do that. Thank you for all your response to everything that I'm putting out there, all this information, and especially on our book. We have like one more little small part to a few pages on the Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair. I think we'll pick that back up. I'm just going to answer some questions because we have several questions, like 32 comments and questions. So let's get started. Hi, Dr. Ackberry. It is impressive to see how you dedicate time to educate on almost all there is to know about maintaining African American natural hair. My question to you is concerning weave and hair extensions. It appears to be that although people seem to suggest that weaving encourages hair growth, in my experience it weakens the hair, lack of regular maintenance in parentheses, and the scalp gets damaged. You're the doctor. Can you shed some light on this? Thank you. You're the best. You're the best too. Okay, let's talk about that a minute because that's a big deal. A lot of people are wearing weave, and even in our institute, we work with, and you'll see me picking at this fro because it goes out there. You'll see people, we have hair replacements, and this is where we actually perform what we call hair units, which is a safer way. Let's see if I can do that just a little bit and get a little closer so you can curls. Okay, so you can have we can teach a safer way for professionals to actually put in a hair weave, and we can also perform this on people who just don't have anyone that they trust to do this. This added here is what I call them. But all that being said, to get to your question and your answer, weave itself does not grow hair because, as we know, hair grows from the scalp and you obtain length from the shaft. However, what we will do is cover the hair so that you're not able to get to the strand and damage it, so you obtain length. The problem with covering the hair, whether it's weave or braids, is that there's no real quality to the hair once you take it down in many cases. In other words, you're not conditioning the hair as well as it should be. Most people think of it as zero maintenance, not low maintenance. It's just low maintenance. Underneath all of that, you still have your hair, which most people will one day want to wear the hair. Also, your scalp being the foundation, you have to maintain the scalp. You have to make sure that your scalp is cared for properly, clean, clarified. You have to make sure that it's hydrated, keeping the scalp stimulated. You have to really keep that environment, or the skin will begin to become worn and thin, and eventually you'll start working through that epidermis because of the itching. You'll scratch, you'll have all these problems, and you will eventually begin to affect how the hair actually grows. Well, with that, weaving, the reason why you lose hair is because the protein and moisture levels are not balanced. So once you take the weave out, you may have length for a short period of time, or you may not have it at all, depending on how it was put in and how it was removed. You may immediately have less hair. But if you have length over a period of time, you will find that the hair will begin to thin and break and become dry and not be as full as it looked when you first took it out. And that's because that it didn't have the care that it needed. It had poor quality to the hair. So the hair was weak. And it looked full, but in reality it was weak. So weaving itself does not grow the hair. I have a weave program on my website. So if you're wearing added hair, then you need some type of program that will give you proper instructions on how to get to your scalp while you're wearing weave, on how to get to the hair to balance the protein and moisture levels. So you have strong, hydrated hair, and you have a clean, acidic, stimulated, hydrated scalp. And that's important. So that's the problem with weave. Next one. So are silicones good or bad for our hair? Silicones in itself, and she said, to God be the glory of Jesus. Amen to that, sister. Silicones itself are not bad, but the reason why silicones shouldn't be used is because silicones can cause a negative cosmetic buildup. They don't rinse clean. They really cause a problem. So if you decide you need to condition your hair, deep condition, it makes it difficult, and it sticks to the hair and eventually dehydrates. So that's what makes it bad. This one says, thank you, Dr. Akbar, for taking the time to clear up this issue for us. And I think she was speaking about the clay and mineral rinsing. Alright, the next one says, happy 4th. Ooh, it was good. I was with family. Anytime I can be with people who love me and I can love them back, people I'm doing life with, I feel blessed. And y'all remember that, folks. Remember that. Whoever you're doing life with, make sure that you understand that you have to love on them. You have to love on them, and especially in these holidays when we have family, we think, oh, I don't like her, and if she's going to be there, and he's going to be there. Honey, families, you didn't choose your family. We choose a lot of things, but not family. The good, the bad, and the ugly, they're your family. So just know them and love them where they are. Okay, let's see. Someone says, oh, you have 100 plus videos. Do I really? I says, very well put. Don't tell me that. I'll get exhausted thinking about it. But it's just fun. Because it's a labor of love, I don't even think about it. Someone says, very well put and quite eye-opening. I've never been a huge supporter of co-washing, but I have used bentonite clay to detox my scalp and would like to continue using it like once a year. Is that still too often? The clay in itself is not a problem at all. The problem is when we begin to think it can clean and it can do certain things like it replaces the shampoos, replace cleansing agents. And again, cleansing agents can be in different forms. Okay, this is also what's your opinion on hot oil treatments as a pre-poo? Hot oil treatments lubricate the shaft and they give you a gloss and a shine to the cuticle. Using them as a pre-poo, I don't know the main benefit you'll get from that, because with pre-poo your hair is dirty, so you're doing this before you shampoo, And so I don't think you're going to really get benefits because it's not going to really make contact with the hair. Also, you need to keep in mind that the molecular weight, the molecules that make up most of the oils, depending on what you're using, are not going to allow you to penetrate, so you won't be able to really, oops, this is an alarm, won't allow you to, get the full benefits of a hot oil treatment because the molecules is large and they don't really penetrate the cuticle, but they will lubricate the top of the cuticle, but they dissipate over a period of time. So you get benefits from shine, but you don't get benefits if you use it as a pre-poo. You have to use it when you are after you've shampooed. And if you're going to do them, you need to use oils that are smaller in weight. You don't need to use just the regular over-the-counter hot oil treatments. The ones I found are not as, they don't penetrate like they need to. Dr. Ackbeard, I just bought your book. Yay, on Amazon. But I can't wait to get it. I have so many questions though. But the first one is about hair growth aids. Do hair growth aids settle inside the pores, and do they have a bad effect on hair? Are they okay to use as long as they are cleansed off properly with clarifying shampoo? And should these topical growth aids be cleaned off the same day that they're applied? That's loaded, but let's first start with the first one. First question, it said, do the growth settle in the pores, and do they have a bad effect on there? First, the hair growth aids, if you're using it topically, the hair growth aids you can't put anything on top of your head unless it's going to penetrate, like minoxidil. Minoxidil stimulates inner follicular activity with some other benefits. It can penetrate into the actual follicle. That's FDA approved. I'm not saying that that's what you need. With all of that, there's some others you can take oral. But if you're going to put something like, I have scalp treatments, but those scalp treatments are actually to heal the scalp, help to heal the scalp. They're not to grow hair, but the hair will indirectly emerge from the mouth of the follicle if in fact those particular the particular reason why you don't have hair in those particular follicles or the mouth of the follicle is because of skin damage. With all that being said, to answer your question, first, I'm not sure which ones you're speaking of, but if you put something on top, it does settle in the pores. Is that bad? If it's made to put on top of the pores, you want to do the research to see what's in it. I would stay away from, if it's oils, basically pure oils, there shouldn't be any major problem. And I'm just kind of guessing here because I don't know what you're using. Should they be cleaned away? What did the instructions say? If the instructions say to clean it away, then it's not a leave-in. Like, for example, with our conditioners, we have a leave-in and then we have a rinse out. And so you have to look at what the manufacturer is saying about the product and call the manufacturer. They will tell you a lot more about that product. They really will. And should these topical growth aids be cleansed off the same day? Yeah, see, all of that, what do the instructions say? Am I saying that there's some particular ones that are problematic? I just haven't seen any topical. I haven't done any of the research. So now remember that. So that's something else we need to think about too. Have I done the research? Okay. The next question, it says, let's see, where are we? Sorry. Okay. Next question says, thank you. Oh, no, it says, hi, Dr. Ackbeard. How do you feel about plants that contain, is that saponins? Let's see. Saponin. Yeah, that's what that is. Saponin. Okay. It's a CNN. They effectively clean. I started cleansing my hair Oh, she's got different types of roots that she's used. So from native. See, the thing that, let me just answer this. This will help. And this is her question. She's, I don't know. I don't want to run into an issue down the line. Oh, that's great. Thank you for asking these questions. These plant products, let me just tell you about the particular plant and root products. They have been used for centuries. I mean, centuries. This is all they had before shampoos were made. So these root plants and products are not bad for the hair. Just remember, the environment is not as pure and it's not as clean as it once was years ago when these folks were living out amongst all of this life form, these plants and vegetation. It was pure. They could breathe and the air was clean. It's not that way. The pollutants are so fierce within the air that sometimes you need a little bit more help. To answer your question, I don't think these are problematic. I think that you just need to understand most of them are acidic, and for African American or women with dry hair, we will end up with a little bit of dryness. So make sure you're hydrating, or make sure at least you are lubricating the hair while it's wet. So you're putting oils on the hair while it's wet, so that when it dries, that moisture is held into the hair. But no, dear, it doesn't sound like I'm going to do a little more research. I will be speaking more on this if I find something new about the root plants. But this particular one, the research that I have done on it, the saponins, they are used to help the foaming agent, emulsifiers, to help to foam up the shampoo. So that in itself, being a plant, it shouldn't, but I'm going to do more research on that, okay? Thank you for explaining this so thoroughly. I shampoo my hair one time, one time I tried co-washing and my scalp started to itch when I washed with your shampoo. Oh, I do not have an itchy scalp. Oh, you're awesome. Thank you. Thank you for trying my shampoo. It says I used to twist my hair every week, but I got tired of that and now I rock my afro puff. Yay, just like you. You know what? I need to wear an afro puff one day. I mean, like 2 afro puffs. You know how we deal with kids? That'll be fun. Okay. Alright, let's see. We've got tons of questions and I don't think I can get to all of them. Okay, that was all. We did that one. It says, I now have hair that is thriving in a comfortable scalp. I agree with you 100%. I like to enjoy my hair and wear it. You explain the process perfectly. Thank you. You know what? You guys are blessing me this morning because, or afternoon or evening, whatever time it is you're looking at this. Because you know what? If we're doing something and we're helping people, and if we're not blessing folks, then hey, we just need to get off the air. But I'm blessing you, so that blesses me. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Oh, I love you. Okay, it says the process you described happened to me. I was shampooed with conditioner and also using castor oil on my scalp. I began experiencing intense itching, which progressed to pain. Ooh. My scalp began very thin, and my hair began very thin, and I was miserable. I noticed the bald area was very shiny and red, and as if there was heavy covering of oil. I went to the dermatologist, and he diagnosed me with seborrheic dermatitis, a seborrheic dermatitis. I now at least twice a week, I guess you need shampoo, and at times I use prescriptions to keep this under control. Oops, do not disturb. Okay. Let me say this before I go off the air, and this is going to be the last question. I am not by any means saying that you cannot use oils or you cannot use some of the plant products and things that you researched on your hair and scalp. I'm just telling you, do understand that over a period of time, if we do not shampoo, we will develop an itch. Some people have been doing this for several months and they are not having any problems and they're happy. They have been co-washing, they're happy. But I'm just telling you what I see under the microscope, I'm telling you that the clays cannot fully clean the hair, but I am not by any means saying that you cannot put a conditioner on the hair and rinse the conditioner off, and that's going to be a problem. I'm saying do not use that as a tool to clean. Okay? I love y'all. To God be the glory in Jesus. This question, or comment, I guess she had a comment. This is something that you experienced, and there were probably some problems with your scalp already. The people who don't experience this will at some point experience problems if they don't take care of their foundation, their scalp. And that's really what I'm saying. You have to take care of the foundation. Your hair, as I said before, is not just floating above your head. It's an appendage of the scalp. I know you know that. But really, it's the foundation. So it's clean, acidic, stimulated, hydrated environment. Your hair, protect and preserve it. Keep proteins and moisture levels up, up, up. I'm going to answer more questions. I may come back on later today, and if not, I'll do it on tomorrow, or I'm going to do an extra one because I have to do the end of the book. Plus, I want to get these other questions in. I love you guys. Again, to God be the glory in Jesus. You know who I serve. Keep the questions coming. I'm going to get them answered for you. And I'll see you next time right here on Ask the Hair Doctor.